Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the one and the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Here, wait, I don't even know. Cut. All right, fuck, restart it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to the one and only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. This is Rumboyz After Dark, each and every Friday night, 9 p.m. EST, 6 p.m. Pacific. Make sure that you guys get on in the live chat. Go ahead right away. Help us break that tricky YouTube algorithm. Begin spiking that like button right away. Those likes mean a whole lot. And because those likes mean so much, we need you guys to do another thing, okay? Make sure that you share the content, okay? Share the content with your friends, your families, your league mates, friends that are fans of some of your favorite sports teams, all that good stuff, okay? Let everybody know about what we got going on here at the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. 6 days out the week, nonstop sports entertainment. We got you guys covered. Before we get into bringing up our crew that is here with us tonight, we got a couple guys loading up and getting up in here. We had a couple of technical difficulties. We apologize for being late, but we thank you guys for rocking with us. First things first, link is in the description, ladies and gentlemen. Head on over to the SportsMe app. Get on over to the SportsMe app. 30-second quick click content, real fans, real athletes, real-time sports interactions. Join the biggest, hottest sports debates over on the SportsMe app. Also, what you can do over on the SportsMe app, you can get into our daily cash games. Your take is your buy-in. Win money with your sports takes over on the SportsMe app. You got to fire a take. We just might pay you for that damn thing, all right, with our daily cash games. All right, get on over there, play our daily cash games. If you got a fantasy football question, also, we can help you over there. It's also an advice app, too, for fantasy sports. Also, want to remind everyone that this here broadcast is brought to you by Monkey Knife Fight and the Monkey Knife Fight app. Be sure to get on over to the Monkey Knife Fight app for all of your daily fantasy prop needs. Also, remember to utilize promo code Rumboyz. Promo code Rumboyz in all caps. We're going to go ahead and sit back and match you on your very first deposit all the way up to $100, all right? So whether you put down $100 or 10, 20, 50, whatever, we're going to match that thing, 100% guarantee match all the way up to $100. Promo code Rumboyz, monkeyknifefight.com for all of your daily fantasy prop needs. We're talking more or less. We're talking touchdown dance. We're talking sack attack. We're talking rapid fire and many more games like that. Let's go ahead. And we have a couple of homies backstage. We have a couple more still getting loaded up. Let's go ahead. Introducing St. Pat FF, the patron saint of fantasy football. What's up?
Not much. Just enjoying life one day at a time. Who's ready for the weekend?
Right, bro, I'm definitely ready for the weekend. And ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the homie. He's a swagger man. Swagger man. What up, Sam?
Nothing much. Just chilling out here in Atlanta, ready to go home for the first time in a couple of weeks tomorrow.
Nice, bro. Nice. Down there chilling in Atlanta. Hell yeah. Let's see here before we get into the show and the show sheet and all that good stuff. I see that we got Treat up in the chat. What's up, Lee Stephen sucks? What up, Justin? Justin and freaking Pat over here. They touched tips over Survivor last night, so that was pretty cool. I love the Finns winning line in the second quarter. Yeah, I'm sure because you fucking won money, huh?
Justin's a little genius over there in terms of sports betting. Like,
yeah. He be running it. Hornets plus 9.5 is working great for me. Deontay Johnson or Josh Jacobs, touchdowns, Schmidt. Which one would you guys go with?
It's Dearness.
Oh, is he
he asked me this question earlier today.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Then I'd probably go. What would you guys do? You go Dearness?
Yeah.
I feel like yeah.
I'm leaning the other way, but I can definitely go Johnson if you need to. Chiefs are allowing a lot of points to the running back. The offense is looking better since Gruden's left, making the most out of their guys.
Yeah, it looked really good against the Giants last week.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, Giants still fucking but whatever. Okay, you see the sarcasm.
I mean, they put up some points. Like their playmakers are getting the ball. That's where they're getting the ball to the right people.
I think I want to go Dearness. I think I want to go Dearness. Heads up there against the Patriots. Do you think someone would accept Diggs for Deontay Johnson and DJ Moore? I think someone would do it. I definitely think someone would do it. What would make you want to do that though? If just out of curiosity. Yo, everyone's fired off with the question today. We haven't even gotten into the show sheet. Haven't gotten to cheers the show. Let's see here. So what are we thinking about this one?
I'd rather have Deontay and DJ Moore.
Yeah, I'd rather personally have Deontay and DJ Moore.
I don't think anybody will trade Diggs for that right now or take Diggs for that.
2 is better than 1 right now in terms of top end wide receivers. There's not a big enough gap between Diggs and those guys.
And then Sleepy Refresh, full PPR, Damien Harris or Zach Moss or any other waiver picks because Kamara is hurt. Fuck.
Damien Harris isn't going to play this weekend.
Yeah, he's not going to play. Yeah, I don't think he's going to play this week.
And Zach Moss sucks.
Man,
sorry to my bosses over at Ball Blast.
I think Michelle is finally understanding that he's not as great as he didn't translate as well as
she expected. I feel like I mean any other waiver pickup, if you got McNichols, Boston Scott, Jordan Howard, Dearness Johnson available, like any of those guys I mentioned in the video this past week, that I mean if you're not trusting, Zach Moss, but Moss might be your best damn option for your situation.
I mean, go grab Mark Ingram if you can.
Yeah, Mark Ingram. Hey, so let's go ahead. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls want to do. Dilly dilly. You fucking say it's like I got a 10-hour drive.
Yeah, that's what that is. Dilly dilly.
All right. So while we wait on everybody else, oh shit, another fucking question: Mitchell or Mark Ingram?
The 49ers play.
They are playing. Hang on, fuck! I can't believe I forgot that.
Rams?
Yep.
Question mark?
I think it's the Rams. Oh, want to say it's the Rams.
Yeah,
on Monday night. On Monday night.
I'll take Mitchell.
You'd rather just say fuck it?
Yeah. We know what Mitchell is. We don't know what Mark Ingram's going to look like with a full workload.
Yeah. What do you think, Pat?
If it was still Latavius Murray getting that full workload with a Kamara out for a game, we know what to expect from that offense. There's too many question marks for that Saints offense. I don't know who's even going to be leading the team in targets this week, let alone touches. It's going to be ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
it might be ugly enough to be really good for the Saints, but I don't want to bet on it or try and piece together my lineup with the Saints.
I think I want to go with Mitchell up again. I mean, to Sam's point, we do know what Mitchell is, but like, fuck, heads up against that new and revived. I mean, it's only Von Miller that's the addition, but that fucking LA Rams defense. I don't know. They're buzzing right now. They're sorry you couldn't make it tonight, bro. Fucking a lot of people canceled, man. It was bullshit. Who are you guys higher on in Dynasty, Brian Edwards or Tim Patrick? Well, is Brian?
The answer is never Brian Edwards. The answer is never Brian Edwards.
It is Tim Patrick for sure.
Tim Patrick's just the guy that shares a name with me, but he's better than Brian Edwards right now. Yo,
Tim Patrick went off. What was it last week? Yeah, bro, I was loving it. I was loving it so much. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's dive into tonight's show sheet. Let's get into the Thursday night, right? All right, let's chalk up last night. Simply, we're not going to do like takeaways or anything because that game was straight basura. All right, straight fucking garbage. Let's chalk last night up to the Ravens being just fatigued. They were worn out, short week type of deal. As to why it was so much of a fucking garbage game. Should the league find better ways to schedule Thursday night games or just do away with the Thursday night games completely? I mean, I feel like it is kind of, it adds to the competitiveness of like, well, this is the nature of the beast. You know, if you're a good team, it doesn't matter. Like, what do you guys think though? We'll start with you, Pat.
Injuries is a huge issue, I think, with Thursday Night Football. You're getting guys that the day, 2 or 3 days after playing a full game of football, they are now being asked to play a full another game. The time between is not enough. It lends itself to players getting hurt. It lends itself to star players and starting players missing time, which leads to a worse product put out by the NFL. So while you have this additional prime time slot, your product is tainted by the lack of star power. With that being said,
still watch it.
With that being said, we still watch it and it sells. We watch it because it's there. And that's sad. And that's frustrating for us as fans because we can say we want better. And Thursday night's not the answer. I like Thursday nights for special occasions. I like Thursday night for Thanksgiving Day games. Who doesn't like watching the Lions lose by 30 on Thanksgiving while while someone just called grandma a bitch in the side room? Like that's Thanksgiving tradition.
Yeah.
And then having the Cowboys come out later and
lose.
do some crazy shit. We're seeing Peyton Manning throw 5 touchdowns against the Lions. It's great football. And who doesn't like the Thursday night to start off the season? Thursday nights need to be a special occasion. They need to be something that's advertised ahead of time. It needs to be for teams coming off buys, just like your London games. If you treat it with two teams coming off of a bye, they play each other Thursday night, then they get another 10-day break before their next game. You solve that problem, you move forward, and you have a better product on the field.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the the teams should only play Thursdays if they get a bye. It definitely affects the product, going on the field. I mean, it seems like, on a Thursday night, the product that we got on a Thursday night is completely different than what we would see on a Sunday. Like if the Ravens played Miami this weekend, they'd probably blow them out by 25 because the Ravens are a good team and the Dolphins. Let's face it, the Dolphins have played just a hair better than the Texans and the Lions this year. And I mean, there's a reason they were, they had the second overall pick before last night. So, I mean, I definitely see where it can be affected, and it should definitely change. But the fact remains is that we still watch it. Everyone still watches Thursday night football. It's nice to have football 3 days a week. And, once we introduce Saturdays into the mix later on the season, it becomes 4 days a week. So, I mean, everyone wants football on more days, and to spread it out just means we get more time to watch football. You added in, another game into Sunday, it's just another game that's added in there, but you add a whole new day in there. It makes it, more interesting for TV. And because the TV ratings are still good on it, they'll never take it away.
It's one of those things where, as I'm thinking more and more about it, what I suggest about having it be teams after bye weeks, if you were to make that adjustment and throw in that second bye, you still get teams getting 2 byes, one with a Thursday night game following it or smack dab in the middle, and then you get another full week bye for another team or earlier in the season, depending on how your schedule shakes out. And it's better for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
See, the way I look at this is, like, I don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Snacks. What's good, bro? What's good?
Well, I just watched the Knicks lose a devastating game, so not in the greatest moods, but I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
I'll save my usual New York hatred.
Let's not get off on the wrong foot.
I mean, the turd in the box next to here, just so that we can prevent this from happening later. There we go. Because the turd in the box below you is a Philly fan.
He knows.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
He
That's
knows.
right. That's right. Yeah.
He knows.
I know all too well.
I'm employed here, and I got moved out of the top row. What is this?
So no, my thing is how I think it was like a couple months ago. Someone brought it up on Twitter. They were like, at this point, all stadiums should just be built as domes. I'm like, well, that takes away the sport of football because it's played in all fucking terrain, like all weather. Like that's what makes the game exciting, you know. And I think there is something to attribute to a team being able to come off of a short week and still go out there and lay down the fucking smackdown on another team on a Thursday night. You know, and of course that didn't happen last night. Baltimore came out and they looked fucking just abysmal, just flat. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think you can.
Oh, I'm sorry, Robbie. I really quick. Did you guys talk about how the Dolphins may have solved Lamar Jackson? Like, does this work? Blitzing the corners, playing no safeties deep. Like, is that they got after him all game? All they did was blitz him.
What was it? 20? He was blitzed 27 or 25 more times than his usual rate or some shit like that.
Yeah, he was blitzed all night, and they were sending a corner in every single time. So like that cuts off him going out this way or that way.
Yeah, they were just doing cover zero blitzes the entire game.
That was it all game. It was, like, is that the blueprint? I don't know, but kind of crazy that the 2-6 Dolphins had a little leg up there.
I was saying this last night. The Dolphins defense looked very fast on the field. They were swarming. There was a couple of sacks where the 5 closest players to Lamar Jackson were Dolphins players, and you don't see that from that team. Now, will the corner blitz continue to work, or will Harbaugh figure out how to just open up a straight running lane so he can run a quick draw as soon as he sees that blitz coming? And then you have a more open field.
Their O-line is terrible. They can't stop anybody.
Yeah, like Stanley's out now, right? Like it's kind of in shambles.
Sucks.
Yeah,
Javon Holland
is bad.
And if they can't run the ball and if they get down behind, it's I don't know. Like you can come back against the Colts and stuff, but
their 100-yard rushing streak, I believe, ended last night.
Yeah, their 100-yard rushing streak ended last night. Javon Holland, 21 blitzes, and Brendan Jones, 17. Did not just blitz more times than any defensive back in any game this season. The 2 Dolphins safeties blitzed more times than any DB in a game in the Next Gen Stats era dating back to 2016.
That's wild.
Wow. That is wild.
Yeah.
They figured something out because that Baltimore offense has been it's most of the season it's been a machine.
I mean, but they've always played close games. Like they've always played. They almost lost to Detroit, and like I said that on our pregame.
Well, they also should have lost to Detroit. They didn't call that. So I don't know if you guys remember because I was at the Giant game that day, so I came home and watched the highlights. Mm-hmm. That should have been a delay game. They hiked the ball like 2 seconds after it went 0-0.
I remember.
That wouldn't have been a 7 whatever he kicked. What did he kick? 69-yard field goal.
69, yeah, 61, something like that, 61 or some shit.
So that would have been like a 74. It should have been a 74-yard field goal, and that wouldn't have made it from 74 because it hit the crossbar.
No.
So that should have been a loss. The Colts blew their game against them. There's a lot. You're right. There's a lot of deficiencies in there. The offense, to me, I will always have confidence in because Lamar can just do whatever the hell he wants. But when you have a defensive plan like Miami did last night.
Hey, yeah, you make a valid point. So I mean, maybe it's not so much that the Ravens were fatigued. I mean, maybe Miami just game planned a little bit more better. You know, when you kind of look deeper into those next gen stats and look at that. But from a film standpoint, that shit was straight trash. I don't think that you should do away with we should do away with Thursday Night Football, but maybe we should plan a little bit better. How Pat and Sam mentioned, maybe make it to where it's 2 teams coming off of a bye, and then you do it that way. After like the first 4 weeks of the season.
Yeah, that makes the most sense to me because when you have like 4 days to rest up and recoup, it's always ugly football.
Yeah,
always. Robbie, I think the best Thursday Night Football game of the year was the Giants versus Redskins, like the 1-point game.
Washington football. Yeah,
I'm sorry, Washington football team. Yeah,
yeah,
but. like back and forth.
We don't want Gen Z getting sensitive.
I'm sorry. I'm saying it's always it's
a habit. We're all,
yeah. That's how we grew up. But that might have been the best Thursday game of the year, and that wasn't even that good of a game. There was dropped touchdown passes. There was terrible holding calls. Everything. It was just sloppy.
Yeah.
So
if you discount,
off a bye, I like that.
Yeah. If you discount week 1, you got a valid point.
Well, yeah, week 1 I always discount because everybody's rested. That's their first game. So,
oh yeah. Let's get into the next topic here. Everyone's been talking about this, so I'm sure you guys have been around, the Twitter sphere talking this one up. But we gotta give the people what they want to hear. OBJ is going to the LA Rams. Not many expected this was going to happen. I know that I didn't for damn sure. But wasn't expected as many thought. But what's everyone's take here on the new home for Odell, and what will be the impact for this team for both fantasy and just regular NFL? Pat, we'll actually start with you because we did start up at the top. And yeah.
All right. Let's see. So I was on the record earlier saying I don't think OBJ is going to be good for any Super Bowl contender. I think he's going to be more of a distraction than anything else. We mentioned last, I think Justin mentioned that the line for the Rams Super Bowl did not change at all with the addition of OBJ. There are still plenty of mouths to feed, plenty of targets there on that team. I personally will call this a good for Madden move. You add a upper 80s rated wide receiver to a team, and that's already got Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, and now you can dominate all your friends on Madden. But I don't think it does a ton to change what is the Rams football team this year. An already great team just stays where it's at.
Okay. Sam?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Pat. Stafford gets the biggest bump because he's the only one that truly won't have anything affected except, more options for him. Odell's going to take Van Jefferson's role, which sucks. And he'll probably take a little bit away from Robert Woods. Cooper Kupp probably doesn't get that changed at all. And again, it's pretty bad for fantasy. But it's good for the Rams. I mean, it adds another great talent at the wide receiver spot.
Okay, Snacks.
Yeah, it's hard to really disagree with anything that's been said so far. I don't really see the impact that he makes, like taking an already explosive and very well put together Rams offense to the next level. I don't know. I don't think they really needed it. He hasn't looked like his old self in a few years. So the signing to me is kind of fantasy wise, I don't think it changes anything either. Van Jefferson, yeah, but if you're playing Van Jefferson, then you're probably trying to stay out of last place. So I can understand that. I don't think it hits Cooper Kupp. Stafford and Kupp's chemistry is literally off the charts. The guy's always wide open. Yeah. It's insane. Maybe Robert Woods takes a ding, but I don't know. I think if he landed in Green Bay, his OBJ's fantasy stock himself would have risen. For him, it's as much as it was before the signing. I thought the Rams were the second best team in the NFC to begin with, and I haven't moved off that yet. I don't think the signing really moves the needle one way or the other. And fantasy wise, I don't see too much crazy impact.
Yeah, the odds didn't even move. They stayed at plus 800. Even after
and that really tells the whole story.
Yeah, like my thing is, yep. I kind of view this as a Shady McCoy move. Matt's asking, is Snacks a Knicks fan? Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Die hard. Yeah, rough loss.
I figured that game was going to end up that way. We'll talk about that another time. But I figured that game, like, both teams were kind of split fairly even. Even when I was looking at the line, I was like, "Fuck, this is tough."
Yeah, it was impossible. I don't want to just stop talking about it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna let it go.
Move the fuck on.
In a bunch.
But no, my fault, man. But no, like I kind of view this as when Shady McCoy went to KC, and it was like you're definitely ring chasing.
Yeah,
like you're definitely ring chasing. I view this more as you haven't been healthy. You weren't healthy with the Giants. You weren't healthy with the Browns. Even when you were healthy with the Browns, you were 62 out of 62 eligible receivers in catchable pass rate. So balls that were catchable, you weren't even catching. You're too busy catching with one fucking hand. Sean McVay ain't gonna fly for that. He's ring chasing.
It's perfectly said, and that's one thing that annoys me: the ring chasing. How is it that this guy gets so disgruntled, right, on a Cleveland team that is very well in the playoff mix and in their division mix, struggling a little bit, but whatever. They've had all this turmoil. You just get to get released and signed wherever you want, and you get to go to the Rams or maybe a top 3 pick to win the Super Bowl. It makes me sick. I wish I was praying the Lions with the waiver wire, the number 1 waiver, would just take him and let him rot in Detroit.
Be miserable, bro.
Just let him rot. It's so ridiculous to me that this guy goes through all his bullshit and his father. Odell is behind that video.
Oh yeah.
Please tell me. My dad has to talk into the phone to text. They're definitely not too far apart in age. Okay? There is no way Mr. Beckham Sr. is doing that whole video on his own. That's all Odell's doing.
He definitely hired a social media team to chop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on. And now he gets free reins to where he goes. It's awful. And I am so mad at all those teams that didn't just take him. Right.
I wanted him to go to a shit team just because of all the whole kicking freaking field goal nets and fights with Norman and just all the diva shit. Like,
right. And Robbie, I think you might have liked my tweet the other day. The whole free OBJ thing is insane to me.
He was never trapped. Like, he signed that contract.
From what?
Yeah, free him from where?
It's like so unbelievable. You have like Justin Jefferson wearing free OBJ shirts. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
This dude was playing with freaking Richard Milles on his wrist and buying freaking Bentley Bentegas. Like,
he was the highest paid receiver for 2 years, and he was hurt for 1 full year of it. Like, come on.
No.
He dropped 3 touchdowns in the playoffs in 2016 in Lambeau Field.
Yeah,
please, free OBJ. Get the fuck out of here
because he's shit. Nah, Baker. The fact that Baker's stats are better without OBJ,
it tells you everything. It tells you everything.
Jarvis Landry's been a very fine receiver, and he's not even nearly as talented as Odell.
DPJ,
why can't
coming out of Michigan, great receiver.
Exactly.
Has a chance to really blow up. If you're looking for a dynasty buy right now, he's had a couple of good games the last couple of weeks, but I'll overpay for DPJ on a dynasty roster, especially if I'm rebuilding.
Look, the way that I see this. Look,
free OBJ.
You ever dated somebody and everyone's like, well, what happened with that? Your family, you come back around for the holidays, say, what happened with who you were talking to last year? It's like, if I could show you the stats from that relationship, I wasn't the problem. They were the problem. That's what this is.
Out of how many times I've been on with you, that was your best analogy you've ever made.
Thanks, man.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
That
was a good one. But yeah, all right. So we're
what
all
did he do last? What did he do last year, Matt? He didn't have OBJ for the entire year due to the ACL.
And they won a playoff game in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And stop.
Like
stop.
Should have beat the Chiefs.
And they should have beat the Chiefs.
He did it. Like, what are we talking about? Like
he did do it.
I mean, he
eight teams can't win the Super Bowl. Like,
I am not
a Super Bowl, and you can't take that away from.
I am not a Baker fan by any means, but you 100% know he is a better quarterback on that field without Odell Beckham lined up outside. Yeah. Without a doubt. Yeah. The numbers show it, the eye test shows it, everything. Yeah. The results show it.
The results.
Yeah.
Cam Newton is going back to Carolina. Can Cam return back to being the king of Carolina, and also what's at stake for fantasy football? It's mainly 2 QB leagues type of scenarios with all the injuries and stuff. What's at stake for fantasy football managers, or is this more so just about ticket sales for Carolina? And there's no sense in us giving any fucking attention towards Cam Newton. Snap starts off.
Yeah, I'm of the belief that Cam is just kind of washed. And I hate saying it because he was way too much fun to watch when he was in his prime and everything. But I don't know. There was a reason he wasn't signed for so long. I know people was like, oh, because he wasn't vaccinated or whatnot. Carolina with Darnold out, they're probably saying to themselves, this is the perfect opportunity to do like 5 different things. Market the franchise, sell tickets, sell more jerseys, Cam coming back. It's an upgrade over PJ Walker, Washington, whatever his name is. Like, that's how irrelevant he is. You got hope. You know, you could sell hope with Cam Newton come back. They did all these vigilantes and everything. Everything combined. I, however, think he's just done. Can it get worse than Sam Darnold and the backup? Probably not. And I'm excited to see what Cam can do under Joe Brady, but there's not really much time to gel with that. So yeah, I think it's a non-factor for Carolina. I think fantasy in 2 QB leagues, maybe worth a roster spot depending on how many you got. But I can't really see him putting up worthwhile numbers in your QB2 spot outside of like you could have somebody so much cheaper and actually produce 15 points a game as opposed to whatever Cam could. I'm off. I hate saying it. It's a great story. Great reunion, great everything, but nah.
It feels like starting Taysom Hill as your quarterback last year. It's gonna be the same.
That's actually a great.
Except Taysom Hill is a better thrower than Cam Newton right now,
which is insane. Yeah, and that like
and a better
sucks.
In a somber tone is what I was saying because I would want this to be successful. It's really cool.
Why the fuck do you have 4 QBs, Justin? Drop Heineke. What the fuck are we doing, man? What are we doing, my guy?
Can't do that.
Yeah, I can't argue with anything with Snack said. There's no arguing. He hit it on the head.
It's a shame.
Marketing,
I hope
marketing, and you really can't get worse than Sam Darnold.
You can't.
But how is it marketing if freaking people that were Carolina fans a couple years ago got their same fucking Carolina fucking Cam Newton jerseys that they were before? You're not selling their jerseys.
But you're gonna have more people watch the Panthers.
Yes, of course.
People like watching Cam because he's Cam. He's an entertaining person to watch.
Yeah, right, exactly. And Robbie, and Carolina started off 3-0. They're like, have they won a game since? I don't even know. Like, they needed something to get this the fan base back interested. Now they could sell more tickets with Cam starting. They could sell it. Correct. No, jersey sales probably not are going to be what they would be, or a new Carolina fan that wants one after a Horatius return for Cam Newton. Put it out like that. Big hero coming back. You never know. There's definitely going to be more ticket sales, more viewership, and that from that standpoint alone, no brainer. You needed a quarterback, no brainer.
I'll add to this. Some old Carolina fans might have put on some weight in the last few years. That jersey might need to go from a large to an XL. So
great point.
We may need some new jerseys in Carolina. I know I personally do. If I was a Carolina fan, I would need a bigger jersey. That's part of living in America. On that note, the Panthers are only half a game out of the playoffs right now. Mm-hmm. They're competing with in-division rival the Atlanta Falcons for that last wildcard spot. If they pull off a win this week with PJ Walker under center, hand the reins over to Cam Newton to run out the rest of the season, there's a chance that they sneak into the playoffs. Anything can
not over the Giants, but yeah, I continue.
Oh my gosh!
Well, Snacks, I already penciled the Giants in for the 6th place spot in the NFC, so don't worry. They had the number 2 wild card. I wouldn't bother to offend you with that.
Robbie, give me the strength not to say anything to this.
I'm sorry, brother. Hold on, you were rolling. You were rolling. I'm sorry.
5th, but.
Well, oh wow, we just sucked up to fucking everybody that's pulling up today. All right.
Yeah.
Pat, no, I'm sorry. You were rolling. I'm sorry. Keep go.
But overall, there's a quest right now for them to be in the playoffs. Anything can happen in the playoffs. We've seen what the refs can do to games. At that point, anyone can make a run. So you've got to play for that last playoff spot. They're right there for it, and really, one good hit on Cam Newton and you get 15 yards and you're up to the goal line.
And then he just jumps over. Yeah.
Yep.
No, and it's true. And they have a ferocious defensive line. Like
they invested already in the secondary.
Yeah,
they went out and got Gilmore. They went out and made another trade earlier this year.
JC Horn tore his Achilles. Yeah. But their defensive line can wreak havoc on a game. And we saw last night, we saw the Dolphins, a 2-6 team, berate the Ravens left and right, just sacking Lamar Jackson, getting pressure in his face. The Panthers can do that. They have a ferocious defensive line that can disrupt the game. Now, can they do it consistently? We'll see. So it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean,
week 9 really provided a lot of everything tightened up from the teams that are outside the playoff picture. All of a sudden, teams now feel like they have a shot.
Yep,
they're half game out. The AFC
guilty.
Yep, the AFC has two divisions where all 4 teams are above 500, and the last place team in them both have a plus 30-point differential.
It's crazy.
Oh, I said
the
it
best
last
in their
night.
divisions.
I said it last night. The Lombardi will probably go to the AFC this year. It'll be an AFC team that wins the whole.
Really?
Thing.
I don't
Robbie,
bro,
I'll take action on that.
Definitely,
I'd like a bro bet on that.
Bro,
yeah, the NFC is winning. The NFC is winning the Super Bowl.
I think
we just saw the number 2 Ravens put up that performance on.
Wait, all right, hold on. Okay, how about this? Real quick, round table. Robbie, I'm sorry, this is your show, but how about this real quick? 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, power ranking your teams. 3 best teams in the NFL. Robbie, you're the host of the show. You can start.
Okay, 3 best. I'd have to put the Rams.
You don't even have to go 1, 2, 3. Just give me your 3 best teams.
Okay, I'll go Rams. I will go Bucks and then Chargers.
Wow.
Or even after last night, I still probably maybe even keep the Ravens right there, like just because like I feel like that was more so a battle of them being fatigued.
That's all right. So you have Chargers. What would you say? Chargers, Rams, and Bucks.
Bucks.
Okay.
So I see your point. I did put 2 NFC teams there, but
you did. That's all right. So I'll go next, and then we can finish up. I go in no order: Rams, Bucks. Oh,
say it. Say my name.
He said it.
Shut the fuck up. I thought I was going to nail this right off the top. I thought I was going to have 3 NFC teams, but I remember the Cowboys laid a stinker. I was going to put the Cowboys up there.
Oh,
I didn't see what they did last week.
Listen,
Stop.
You gotta be a realist. You gotta be a realist.
I'm the biggest Cowboy hater you'll ever meet in your life, and even I was saying that they're
nice
that good.
To meet you.
I'm not.
I don't think.
I don't know why. I'm not. Okay, I'm also really not completely sold on the Cardinals, and I think the Bills' last 2 games were a mirage. So I'm gonna go with the Bills as my 3rd.
Yeah, Bills' last 2 games were definitely a mirage.
They're mirage. It's not gonna happen. That team is too good.
Yeah,
they got the number 1 defense. Josh Allen. It's gonna be fun.
What you got, Sam?
I am sold on the Cardinals. Rams, and Bills.
Okay.
With the Bucks just right outside.
Right there. Yeah.
Right there.
Rams, Bucks, Packers, Titans slide in there if Derrick Henry comes back down the stretch.
Okay, see that, Pat. That's a great point because if Derrick Henry were healthy, I would probably have Tennessee as in my top 3.
I would too.
Oh yeah.
But Derrick Henry,
which is crazy,
to come back that Cam Akers does. They're not coming back.
I put it on the record several times before the Henry injury. Yeah. If Henry plays in a winner and a loser goes home format like the NFL playoffs, the Tennessee Titans can beat any team in the NFL.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
Because they will run the ball 45, 50 times.
Yep.
Tannehill will throw the ball 8 times.
And those 8 throws are going to be a high efficient, deep throws and big gains. So yeah.
I will make one argument for my Packers. They have several All-Pro players getting ready to come back from injury, and that can really shift what they do in the postseason.
You know what? I don't know. The Packers are just so weird to me. They really are.
I feel like we're being super biased to the topic because we're all NFC fans.
maybe.
Well, the NFC has a little bit.
But hold on, Robbie. Look, all right. Look, let's do this real quick. I'm really sorry to deviate, but this is.
No, you're good.
I was listening all on the sports radio today, so I kind of like having this argument. So, the best team in the AFC, we would agree. Well, Robbie, you think it's the Chargers?
I think it's either the Chargers or the Bills. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, Chargers, Bills. So we could probably all agree the Bills are the number one team in the AFC.
Yeah.
Number one team in the NFC, I think, based on all of our, would be the Rams.
Yeah.
I like the Cardinals.
Yeah, I like the Rams.
You like the Cardinals is the best. Okay. Kind of throws out my whole game. But I'm saying I think you go best in the AFC first.
I can go either or.
I think the NFC is just so top to bottom, so powerful. I can't see the Super Bowl winner not being the NFC.
The NFC has more Lombardis. We have more by only like 2, but still.
It's top heavy this year. It's really top heavy for the NFC. Like the top 4 teams are so much better than almost anyone else in the NFL.
Yeah, no, it is. It's crazy. And you also have a bunch of bottom feeders that are tough outs too.
Well, looking at the playoff picture right now, there are 11 teams over 500 in the AFC, but they're all right at that 5 and 4. There are 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's why I think that's what makes me think
there are 5 and 4 teams, and then 4, 5 and 3 teams.
Robbie, I could probably understand your point to like, okay, the AFC is so battle tested. We're playing 500 teams every single week. That's going to put us in good shape against anybody. Totally understand that. That's a good point too, because I think playing the best competition year in, the whole year, that sets you up to be a good team and a potential upset or a win in the playoffs. But in the NFC, you have to get through like 4 behemoth
straight teams. Dogs. Yeah.
So it's like a double. Like the quantity in the AFC is definitely better, but I think the power in the NFC
is it hits harder. It's like
right.
If you look at it from like a boxing standpoint, it's like putting tiny ass Floyd Mayweather against big ass Iron Mike.
Yeah. Exactly right. You have a lot of scrappy here, but you have one other side that's one punch and it's over.
Exactly. There's another one. I'm on a roll tonight. I'm liking
you are. You're pretty good. I might log off soon because that was good.
Oh my gosh.
I hate giving too much credit.
Oh Lord. And as much credit as I always give you, bro. So cool. Okay, so for the most part, we go back to like the original topic. We're all
sorry about that.
No, that's good. We're all pretty much saying that it's mostly ticket sales. I have Cam in a dynasty roster that I hung on to him for some odd reason forever. Because I was like, he's gonna sign eventually. So I feel pretty smart. And now I'm gonna trade him away for God knows what, for something. I'll probably take like whatever low hanging fruit I can get. But that's about the most fantasy impact that I have surrounding that situation. I mean, if you're in 2 QB, go ahead, go roster him because why start Mike White? Let's see here. So everyone is kind of in a tough position this week at running back. So we are about to have the ugliest running back rankum of all.
Oh.
Okay. And I'm so sorry that fantasy managers, we're all in this position. I blame ever since Bymageddon, nothing has been right. All right. Here are the 3 that we are going to rank. McNichols, Jordan Howard, D'Ernest Johnson.
I read this question when you sent it to me, and I literally
I know.
I went, fuck you, Robbie.
I said to myself too, I'm like, are we really gonna have like a 5-minute discussion on this?
Because here's the thing, but like it's real though.
No, you're right. It's relevant. Honestly, and two, you could throw. Well, I guess you could throw Ingram in there too because Kamara's out, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, fucking throw Ingram in now.
It's crazy. Yeah, but at that point, okay, then I'll go real quick. I'm going D'Ernest Johnson because I saw what he could do when Chubb was out, and that offensive line is ridiculous. So I'm going to take my chances on an offensive line and a running-oriented team. So he goes first. Honestly, I would probably take Ingram second.
Okay.
I think I would take Ingram second. I haven't seen McNichols enough. I'm not there yet. I would take him third, and then the fourth was
Jordan Howard.
I would never take Jordan Howard ever. So because as much as he could score at the goal line,
too,
he could literally also put up a goose or a negative. So I would never. I would go if you said 3, so I will take D'Ernest, McNichols, and then Howard. And if we did throw in Ingram goes 2.
Tree said our homie up in Canada said me when she likes guys who takes risks. Because that's essentially what this question is. It's like, hey, how big are you
literally.
lose? It's like, yo, we're living on the edge in fantasy football land.
You guys know, I drive sometimes without my seatbelt on. I take risks.
You're a bad boy. You're a
What
bad
What
boy.
are you about to say, Snacks?
You're a bad. No, I actually wanted to ask you a question. So I was asked this before. You have Derrick Henry, you have McNichols as your backup. I don't think that McNichols is an automatic start.
No.
I guess depending on your team. But if you have Chubb, I think Dearness Johnson's an automatic start.
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely,
So I just want to make sure that Dearness Johnson's number one in everybody's rankings.
The situation in Tennessee is so muddled to where like you don't know who is really gonna peak out of that backfield. You know, it could be freaking Deontay Foreman.
Yeah. Who's been dead for what, 8 years?
Like he just rise up out of the grave like the crypt keeper, bro. So I mean, there's that. Sam, how would you rank these now four? Because we tossed Ingram in there.
I'm having a flashback.
Oh, boy.
It's 2019. Jay Ajayi is running for touchdowns against the Denver Broncos in his first game as a Philadelphia Eagle.
Oh,
Jordan Howard's
wow, that's a great throwback.
Jordan Howard's going to do the same thing this weekend. I'm going to hate my life for it because it means we're never going to see Miles Sanders ever again.
Never again.
If anybody calls me biased again in my life, I am clipping that video. I am clipping that. If Jordan Howard outscores all those running backs, you tell me your favorite charity, and I will Venmo you the money, and you will donate to it,
Like,
I'll just donate to it.
Exactly.
I couldn't even keep a straight face. Dearness Johnson is one. Jordan Howard is 3. McNichols is 2, and I will also go Ingram at 2 if we throw him in there.
I'm questioning your ability to count because the way that you ordered that. Just so
I know. I was just it was the way they appeared in my head. But Jordan Howard's not doing. I really hope he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything, but I could see him doing something stupid like that. So
okay.
and the bonus that it would have to piss Snacks off just makes me happy.
Snacks is calling the cops on you right now for that.
Yeah.
That's Pat.
Okay. Probably deserve
All right.
it.
I actually just opened a random number generator and I assigned a value to each of these players. So I will be taking Mark Ingram, then Dearness Johnson, then Jeremy McNichols, and then Jordan Howard. I don't know if that actually helps you. It's not actual analysis, but it's a coin flip.
Read that.
It's a coin flip. It doesn't matter. I randomized their names, and that's the order that they came up with. No matter what you choose, there's a 25% chance that you choose right.
See, you know what's fucked? Like these are the type.
Pat, that was great math.
Thank you. Like
1 out of 4. Yeah, that was good math.
I'm glad it wasn't 6 names. Like we could have thrown like Kenyon Drake and Josh Jacobs in there.
Oh, well,
Drake,
yeah, you could play Drake. Drake is playable at this moment. Like now Gruden's gone. Yeah.
He's had 3 straight games of 16 plus fantasy points.
Yep.
Exactly.
He's getting those targets. That's
Yep.
But see, this is the type of shit that I get in my fucking DMs. Like these are the fantasy questions that people ask me. Hey, so welcome to my fucking world.
What you ain't doing? You see some of the I get DMs with trade offers, and I'm like, I always want to be nice, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why would you even send that? You're not going to accept it. Like, what do you?
They just want to hear the confirmation bias.
What are you doing?
Wait, you guys get DMs?
Bro, hey, no, he gets DMs at crackhead hours, bro.
Yo, I'm not even kidding. 3, 4, 5 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah.
People are like, you up? What do I do with my waiver wire for it? Bro, they have 69 fucking K some odd subscribers.
I'll wake up Sunday morning hungover as a skunk, and I'm like looking at my Twitter. I'm like, yeah. Just start him. Look. Oh my god! But I have a couple loyal guys that I will. I'll. They come to me. I'll talk to them. I'll give them.
Hey, what's funny? Like 4 or 5 years ago, like I used to be that person. I'd be like, Hey, Snacks from BDGE, can you tell me what you think of my fantasy lineup? And now I'm like, hey, bro, I know how to set my own lineup now, man.
Go to someone else.
Exactly.
Oh,
You want to talk about betting instead now? Like it's dope.
That's more up my alley. Yeah.
Here's how I'm gonna rank these before we get into halftime really quick. We're like speeding through the show, which feels really good. I'm gonna go Dearness Johnson. As long as you're the only back that is healthy in your backfield, why would you not be number one?
Especially in that system behind that line.
I mean, Baker's so bad as a quarterback.
Oh, yeah, exactly. On top of that's a run first team. Why are we not putting the run first running back in run one in this scenario?
Too easy.
Now, with that being said and stated, the final three that I'll rank, I am going to go Ingram second because I think that he is a different player when he's in more kind of systems that match his personality type. Houston did not match Ingram whatsoever. Like freaking McNair and all the guys in the front office, they're freaking altar boys. Like he needs to go to a place where like, yo, we like to wear grills in our mouth to get a little grimy down here, okay? And that's what Baltimore did. That's what freaking New Orleans is going to do. So I like flashback Ingram this weekend.
Love that.
I will go Jordan Howard just because of the touchdown streak.
Dope.
It's a touchdown streak. It's a touchdown streak. The analysis is there, so it supports it. Because the only reason why McNichols is 4 is because exactly what Snack said. We have not seen enough. That is the one and only reason. Normally, I would say, well, Derrick Henry's not there, so we automatically promote the next man up. We don't get that luxury in Tennessee, so that's the only reason why there's that distinction there.
Great point.
Let's go ahead. We're going to get into halftime. I'm trying to think of what I want to play. Let's get into Ain't Rich Freestyle by my homie Derek Matthews out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now lives here in Colorado. Dilly dilly.
Perfect.
Jump. Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a time, there was a monkey knife fight.
And one day, they met one team partners in the NFLPA.
It's a match made in the pits of a monkey knife fight.
And everyone lived happily ever after.
Are you listening? This is big.
What is a monkey knife fight?
You know, it's thing monkeys, knives, you get it. Fantasy sports is monkey knife fight. And monkey knife fight is fantasy sports.
Monkey knife fight is daily fantasy.
Monkey knife fight in the house.
I am Monkey Knife Fight. You are Monkey Knife Fight. We are all Monkey Knife Fight.
Monkey knife fight.
You have the NFLPA behind the company.
It's exciting for me to be a part of fantasy sports.
When I think of fantasy sports, I think of beating all my buddies year in and year out and being able to brag about it.
We're not just partners in it.
We're owners.
And it feels awesome to be an owner.
I challenge you to a monkey knife fight.
We've been saving you a seat at the table, Monkey Knife Fight.
Welcome to the one team and NFLPA family.
Monkey knife fight. Welcome to the family, Monkey Knife Fight.
Welcome to the game, Monkey Knife Fight.
Monkey Knife Fight!
I challenge you to a Monkey Knife Fight.
Monkey Knife Fight! Monkey Knife Fight, Monkey Knife Fight, Monkey Knife Fight, Monkey Knife.
Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to get, for all your daily fantasy prop needs, get on over to monkeyknifefight.com. Utilize the promo code Rumboyz, the way that you know that you're downloading the right app. You see that logo right there floating next to the Snack's head? Look for that logo. Oh, wait, other hand. There we go. Look for that logo over on the App Store, available on iOS and Android. Use promo code Rumboyz. You can also catch my Monday Night Football articles on Dr. Roto, where I'll be breaking down my best of the best Monkey Knife Fight props for you guys throughout the week. Dilly. All right, fellas. Y'all ready to get into the rest of the show sheet? Finish this out.
Yes, sir.
Let's finish it out.
Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What to do, dilly. Oh, I so needed that beer.
Sometimes they just hit different.
Yeah, it just hits different, you know. So we have the return of Dangerous. In the words of a great rapper, this is dangerous. The Seattle Seahawks may be very dangerous now with the return of Russell Wilson. Can we expect a upset in Green Bay? Also, Aaron Rodgers returns as well. Has he put his recent COVID controversy behind him as well? We'll start with Pat, since this is your team, and I'm gonna get the line for you while I'm doing this, Pat.
All right. Packers Twitter has been kind of quiet about Aaron Rodgers over the last 3 or 4 days. Things have started to settle again. It's not huge into the controversy of what side are you on, pro-vaccine, he lied to us, or any of that stuff. It's kind of just moved on and said, okay, we have to take this next game as it comes. Dwelling on it's not going to do anything. I mentioned it when the news first came out last week that why am I losing my train of thought? That at the end of the day, it didn't matter what happened with Aaron Rodgers, whether he was vaccinated or not. He was missing last week's game against the Chiefs. That didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. What matters is what does this mean for the franchise moving forward? And they got the little slap on the wrist, and we're told, don't do this again. People can hate on that. People are going to hate on it, and I fully expect it, and I'm just going to embrace it. And it is what it is, and I don't get to change it. I'm not in charge at the NFL, and I don't get to hand out these fines, and neither do any of you guys. So really, you can have your opinions on it, and that's your opinion, and I don't really give a fuck what your opinion is on it. It's not going to change anything.
Yep, exactly.
It's a pointless conversation to have. So, I think the biggest it's a return of 2 quarterbacks. Rodgers might be out of sync a little bit with his receivers, missing almost 2 full weeks of practice. He's going to be able to come back to the facilities tomorrow and be activated off the COVID list. We saw what he did when he had very limited contact with the receivers coming into the season. Week 1, Saints, he looked flat. He looked terrible. Worst Aaron Rodgers we've ever seen. I'm not expecting big things, but also I'm expecting enough to win against the Seahawks.
Okay. You are sitting at minus 165 for the Packers, plus 145 for the Seahawks. 49.5 is that over under with the spread of a 3.
I want the under.
Yeah, with the under.
I'm smashing that under.
Yeah.
Ooh, Snacks, you're going over on that?
Yes, I am. Absolutely.
Convince me.
I think these two teams play the weirdest games I've ever seen in my life. You remember? You're a Packer fan. You remember?
Yeah.
I think it was the NFC Championship game. You were up 16-0 with like 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and you blew it. And you remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the cursed touchdown catch, right?
Correct. Yeah. No, let's make sure you remember because I remember going into Lambeau and beating the 15-1 Aaron Rodgers led Packers, and then I went into Lambeau in the NFC Championship game and beat Brett Favre and Corey Webster intercepted Brett Favre's last pass as a Packer. I'm just saying, I was there. Anyway,
good times.
I agree, much better. But for whatever reason, these games are so weird to me. The Seahawks Packers always play a weird game, so I either see it as like 10-7 or 34-31. And I'm going to go on the latter side because I think Russ is going to come back, and I think he's going to come back with a vengeance. They need to win desperately. Rodgers, is pissed off after everything that's been going on. He's going to try and light the world on fire. Neither defense is very good. They don't generate a pass rush that is combative to demoralizing a quarterback's confidence. Hold on. Benny, enough.
I didn't even hear Benny making any noise.
I heard him. It's father intuition. But I just see this game being a shootout. I do. And 49.5, you said, Robbie? 49?
Yeah.
I could easily see the score being 27-24. I could easily see it. If Aaron Rodgers is playing the Chiefs last week, they put up 24 points. Jordan Love had many plays on the board that they could have scored, and they didn't because he's Jordan Love. Teams. Okay, exactly. But Aaron Rodgers is going to score. Their defense is not very good. Russell Wilson is back. The Seahawks have been scoring without him. So I think with Russell back, and he's going to say, "Fuck this! I'm going in guns blazing. We need wins. I'm throwing the ball. You put the ball in my arm. You put the ball in my hand. I'm going to go out slinging." Gunning it all around, and that's going to lead to touchdowns. And the Packers are going to have to catch up one way or the other. It's going to be catch up, and that's why I'm going over. I love the over.
Yeah, now that you just said that, I'm kind of liking the over. Because you're right,
Robbie. I think it's my favorite pick of the week is the over.
And I was going to say, like, could we be looking at what could be America's game of the week, and America maybe not even know it.
That's how I see it. Yep.
With two high octane quarterbacks coming back, they're gonna want to prove to just their fan bases that
things to prove is like going to be the headline of these two quarterbacks. Yeah,
this feels very much like if in the NBA, like if Kobe and like T-Mac were to come back off like injuries, at the same time, and it's like boom, now they're about to face off. It's like, oh shit, like this is huge.
We're gonna get it.
It's gonna be fireworks,
Yeah.
Like this feels like that. This feels very 2000s-esque, like something like that, like what I just mentioned. So I think the over is safe, but I do like I like the dog in this one at the 145, and I think I can smash that with confidence.
I like that too. I'm sorry, Pat.
That's fine. I can listen to that, and I can hold my receipts until Monday morning.
Snacks, I know that you and I were infamous on Twitter about a couple of weeks ago for roasting the fuck out of Wilson for sitting in that wheelchair with the broken finger, but
we did do that.
It is what it is. Your tweet went fucking viral, but I mean, you're like, yo, and all you do, you're like, it's a fucking finger, you jackass.
I said it's not cancer, it's a finger.
Not cancer, yes, bro.
And if people knew me, they would know I had it. It would be even funnier. So it's like
my god,
it's just too. I thought it was like the most perfect tweet I've ever sent out,
bro. That and then when his production company put out the comeback video, and it's him sitting in the wheelchair. And he's like, it's like him going through the reps and shit. It's like, bro, it's a finger. Like, relax.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A finger, and you're in a wheelchair.
All right, how terrible would it have been if, like, when Russ was doing these simulated games pre-game, if he had, like, pulled his hamstring?
Bro, come on, not even funny. No,
how terrible would that have been? Like, he's out there running these full reps and, like, going all out for everything, and he just does that. Like,
all right, so I never want to see anybody get injured.
I never want to see
injury. Never. But I got to tell you, if we got footage of that like pregame and those warm-ups and everything, and he just like stopped because he popped his hamstring, I'd probably laugh my ass off.
Probably
I mean, I'm not gonna.
It's like watching Dak do his little hip thing. And, like, if you're like the hip, like his hip falls out of, dislocates his hip there.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You don't want to.
Like, you feel bad for it, and you want a quick recovery, but it's.
Well, for Dak, no, I wouldn't feel bad.
Yeah, fuck it. Oh my gosh. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited for this game. This is going to be the one that'll have you up out of your seats. If you're a football fan, if you're not just a fan of like my team is on and I'm only going to watch them for the whole day. Like, if you're a legitimate football fan, this will have you jumping out of your fucking seat. I promise.
Yep, absolutely. And Robbie, even just on a fantasy perspective, you got 2 quarterbacks that are going to be starters. You got 2 running backs with Carson apparently coming back.
Yeah.
You got DK and Lockett. You got Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones. People are starting AJ Dillon because he's getting touches. There's a lot. The whole aura of this game is awesome from a betting perspective, from an actual football perspective, from the quarterback's returning perspective to a fantasy perspective. Everything. The game's got everything.
Whole lot of overaction in this one. I like it. Let's get into the battle of 5 and 4s. All right. We have 2 teams with identical records in this matchup, both the Browns and the New England Patriots. The weight of OBJ, like we mentioned earlier in the show, has been lifted off of the Believe Land Browns. Does Baker elevate, or do we see regression with OBJ gone? And also, who wins and why in this battle of identical records? Snacks, I think you start this one off. Yeah.
All right. I was hoping I wouldn't start. That's why I didn't say anything. Because
I was hoping you were starting too. So
yeah, damn it. I'll just go out on record and then get back to it. This is by far the hardest game that I have no idea what's going to happen. None.
Yeah.
I have no idea. So I think the weight of Odell Beckham off the shoulders of the Cleveland Browns and especially Baker Mayfield is going to enhance Baker's play right off the rip. And it's going to enhance their confidence because the distraction is gone. However, they did start the week off with that distraction. And we saw with the Raiders last week against the Giants. They started a week off with distraction. They could not recover. They walked in a sleepy dog, and the Giants, a terrible team, went out and beat them. And the Raiders are competing for a division title. So I think that shit weighs on teams. Now, the Patriots are playing really well. They just went across the country and beat the Chargers, who are a good team.
Really good team.
They're a really good team, and they went in there and they beat them. My thing is this. If Nick Chubb was with Cleveland right now, I would – it's crazy that I would give him a little bit more of an advantage, but Dearness Johnson was really good, and we talked about this, and I still think he's going to be good this week. Oh, it's so difficult because the Patriots are known – Belichick and the Patriots are known for what? Taking away your biggest strength. And that's the run game of the Browns. So –
and they got Judon coming off the edge.
You beat me to it. The Browns' offensive line is really good, but Matthew Judon is really fucking good too. And they're not going to be throwing the ball that much because the Patriots still have a good secondary, still have a good defense. I truly believe this is the hardest one. This is the hardest one. I'm like trying to pick both sides here. I think OBJ outside the Browns is helping, and it's going to help Baker. But it's impossible for me to bet against Bill Belichick at home, especially against a beaten, battered team with a hot team where you're finally starting to realize what's right and what's wrong. And That's what they do. I'm going to take the Patriots.
And the efficiency of Hunter Henry too.
That too. And that might be the Browns' biggest weakness. They can't really cover tight ends. So, yeah.
Pat, who you got in this one? You got the Browns really quick sitting at plus 115, and New England sitting at minus 135. Over under at 45 with a 2.5 point spread.
I like the under in that game, by the way.
It's going to be a close game. I think Bill Belichick finds a way to win. I think the Browns have too much stuff going on right this week with the OBJ, with COVID coming through their facility, knocking out 2 players.
Good point.
I think if Chubb plays, those odds are flipped, and the Browns have the edge. Also, the Patriots so far this year are outscoring their opponents. The games that they're winning handedly. Top 5 point differential in the league. The games they're losing, they're very, very close.
Talk that shit.
So definitely, I think the Patriots have a good shot here in this game. Playing at home is going to be a big advantage for them. Give me the Patriots to pull this one out. And what's the spread at?
2.5, Robbie, you said?
Yeah.
I'll take them to win by at least 3 there.
Okay. Yep. Okay, so you got New England by 3 or more. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Snacks waving down a bartender.
What happened? Waving down a bartender. Yeah. I wish.
I am torn on this one. I when I was writing the show sheet, I felt confident in my pick, but then hearing both you guys' analysis,
dude, it's tough, Robbie. I felt the same way. I know this one's tough.
I think
I'm not
going to
vote you for going against me on this.
Yeah, I think I'm going to roll with the dog on this one. At the 115 in Cleveland, Dearness has just been so good in the absence of his predecessors. That is one damn good backup to have. And when you have a guy that can almost virtually fill in, you notice that it's not Chubb, but at the same time you're like, but we're okay. You know, like if I was a Browns fan, I'd be like, but we're okay. Like that's what I'd be saying to myself. To play in Gillette is super fucking tough. I'm not gonna front. To play against Bill Belichick at home, super tough. But with Baker Mayfield and the way that he likes to play with a chip on his shoulder, I could see him wanting to say, "No, I'm better without OBJ." Boom, there's a touchdown pass. Boom,
yeah.
Like, here's Dearness Johnson. Pass out the backfield. I could see him trying to work the field as much as he can and manage the game close enough to where I got Browns winning by 1.
Okay, so money line, cover the spread.
Yep.
I can get behind it. We also didn't mention that Bill Belichick revenge game too.
Yeah. Bill Belichick from way back in the 90s.
Way back. All right, hold on real quick. My dog's going absolutely insane. I'm going to be right back.
Who do you guys think Bill Belichick decides to take away on defense? Is he taking out Dearness Johnson, says just no way? Or
he's taking away the running game. That's it.
He's got to. I hear him now, yeah. Dude, that one's interesting. I don't think that we see. I don't think that we see Baker Mayfield regression. I think if anything, we see Baker take a step forward. And I don't think that. And going back to the OBJ thing, I don't think that he ever needed OBJ in the first fucking place.
No.
Right?
I think that was a great move. That was a move to say we are drafting this top-tiered quarterback. Let's give him a top receiver to throw to, and it just never worked out. Instead, it hurt the team in other places because they didn't have that money to invest otherwhere.
Yeah, and I don't even think that it was that big of a hurt. I think they can unlike fucking Joe Exotic, they'll financially recover from this. I wish Snacks was here for that joke. That was a really good, really good one. Right there.
You did all right.
I don't know, the motherfucker sitting in jail. That bitch Carol Baskin. Baskin.
Baskin Robbins. How many flavors? How many flavors?
27. Hey, last night that bitch Miles Gaskin
tackled, slipped up, tripped him.
Yep. That's it. For now on, whenever
never
Miles Gaskin
finding
is playing,
the end zone.
Yeah, for now on, whenever Miles Gaskin is playing, that's gonna be my whole shtick now. Like that bitch Miles Gaskin.
Dropped it, fumbled, turnover.
Let's see here. Everything good, bro.
Miles Gas. Robbie, we'll figure out words for that.
Yeah, that bitch Miles Gaskin. Oh,
fuck Miles Gaskin, bro.
Everything good? Snacks. Everything.
Yeah,
good?
he's. You know what? He's dying to go out, so I might have to cut out a little early. He's freaking out.
We're luckily almost done. The Kansas City Chiefs take on the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Raiders.
Both teams have 5 wins. But the Raiders have a deep threat in Deshaun Jackson now. Does D-Jax make an impact on this team? And also, who wins and why? We start with you, Pat.
Give me Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sound so confident.
They're playing at home. I like them playing there. I don't like the Chiefs having to travel for that game. I think the Raiders defense finds enough ways to continue to slow down Mahomes to where even if he throws for 300 and 2 TDs, it's not going to be enough points on the board for that team. So give me the Raiders to win at home.
At plus 125, over under at 52, 2.5 point spread. Okay.
All right.
Snacks.
Yeah. So this is another. You give us all the tricky ones at the end. I know your style, but
if we had more cast members, everyone would have had longer takes. Everyone would have been drunker by now. So
that's true. That's true.
That was the original plan.
that is true. That is true. But we got him here.
Yep.
The Raiders can rush the passer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Max Crosby's insane. Yeah.
Max Crosby is insane. And it's clear that Mahomes, I don't think it's just Mahomes. He's trying to do too much.
Mm-hmm.
They played a couple weak offenses with no Aaron Rodgers and then the Giants the week before. So I think that defense is a little bit of a fugazi. You can't blitz. You can't blitz Derek Carr like you did Jordan Love without paying the price. I'm gonna go with the Raiders too. I don't think the Chiefs are that good. I know we're all waiting for that turnaround where they actually turn it on and become the Chiefs again, but we're 9-10 games in, so there's not much time to really turn that on. And the Raiders are not a bad team. They're over this controversy. They're a couple weeks out. They had 2 bad losses. I think, or at least the last week was a bad loss to the 2-6 Giants. They're home, like Pat said. I think this is a get right spot for the Raiders. And Deshaun Jackson, to Robbie's point, not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Not in
yet.
silver and black. Not in silver and black.
Not yet
at all.
I will say though, Derek Carr loves those deep balls. Deshaun Jackson's going to catch a few of them before the end of the year's over. A couple big ones.
I'm just going to start putting Deshaun
Jackson. That's scumbag Deshaun Jackson. That's scumbag.
Hey, all the shit that he did against your Giants when he was with Washington. Oh, God, I love it. I love it. Sorry, I know that you hate it. It was so good when we had that 2016 receiving core, and then we only kept it together for 1 year. So
you also remember. Hold on, wait. You know what's actually really funny too? You remember in 2016 when Kirk Cousins winning in week 17 when we only had 16 games? It was week 17, and it was a winning in 2016. The Giants already had clinched the wild card, but the Redskins could have. The Washington football team could have.
They were the Redskins at the time.
They were. That's why I said it. So Washington could have clinched that same week in the second wild card. And the Giants played their starters, and Kirk Cousins throws 2 fourth-quarter interceptions and loses the game.
Yep.
Anyway, go ahead.
I remember. Yeah. And I also remember freaking Aaron Rodgers in a freaking NFC wild card game. Freaking like 20 seconds, less than 20 seconds, like 15 seconds left, just like chucks it up. Hail Mary. And like, God damn. Yeah.
I've been there before with the Hail Mary in the playoffs from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. So this is a Rumboyz first. All three of us are all on the underdog. All 3 of us are on the underdog. We're all taking the Raiders.
Salute.
And that's the first time I've taken 3 underdogs.
I feel like
going to say you're dog barking. You're dog barking.
Yeah.
This week you could easily put 1 unit on every single underdog, and I feel like you're going to come out ahead.
I think, I'm that.
Just straight, if you're going to bet straight money line in every single game.
Well, also, Pat, that's a great point because, like I was saying, I listen to like a lot of sports, local sports radio and whatnot. They were saying like this year there's been more double-digit underdog outright winners than any year ever.
Ever.
Last week there was 3. 3 alone.
Last week there was 8.
There was 8 total.
No.
There were 3 by double digits.
Eight total underdogs won. The
Yeah.
ones that people thought were going to be the underdogs taking it went the other way.
It was
where the favorite one that the money was on the underdog.
Unbelievable. Really
was a bad week to be a degenerate.
That and Survivor Pool too.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God, you two. Here you go. God damn it. Pick 2 guys if you can. Elijah Mitchell, Elijah Moore, McKissick, Gallup, Odell. Elijah is where I think I want to go.
I'm definitely going. Yeah, I know Jeff Wilson's back, so I never really trust anybody in Kyle Shanahan's backfield, but Mitchell's been a beast.
Yeah.
And Elijah Moore has clearly become the alpha there.
That Bucks defense is turning up way too much
Yeah.
right now. They're clicking. But
McKissick though, he's been really good for a few weeks now.
Especially for third and fourth quarter, is when he gets most of his fantasy
right.
points.
Exactly. They're down, and he's just getting these dump offs, and that's fantasy points. I don't, real football, whatever. But he's
maybe Mitchell and McKissick.
I mean, that's kind of where I was going to lean because I always go with the running backs because I think you can find volume in a receiver somewhere. But like Gallup, I love. Odell, I hate. So Gallup and Odell are out.
He's an Aunt Jacoby if you count as a player, but I doubt it though. Yeah.
No. It's funny. He got like 12 targets all year, and I lost in E-Town, Robbie, by 3 points.
No,
and he got 2 targets. I had no choice but to start him, and he got 2 targets.
Matt, we're about to get into that right now. That's the very last topic of the show sheet, so we're about to get into that right now. Where's the Asian guy with the huge dong? Fuck.
In your imagination.
Shit! I missed the question. What was it?
He said, "Where's the Asian guy with the huge dong?" God damn.
I don't think it works like that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it works like that, Pang. Let's get into upset of the week. Pat is asking bigger upset: Jags or Dolphins win from last week, I guess a combination of last week and this week. I think that Dolphins win was probably a bigger upset just because the Bills are better than that. Like we know that. I mean, we also know the Ravens are better than that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. They were 13-point dogs in their own stadium, and that was a get right game for the Bills after they beat Miami, but they struggled against Miami the week before, and people were expecting the Bills to go in there and just beat the ever living piss out of them. And the Bills scored 6 points. The Jaguars defense shut them out to 6 points. But you're right. The Dolphins did relatively the same. They shut a high-powered offense down completely. I think I'm going to go with the Jaguars because of the spread total and the fact that I think the Dolphins, at the end of the day, do have more talent overall on their team than the Jaguars.
Yeah, I like that. And what's your upset for week 10, bro? What's your upset of the week that you feel like everyone should be paying attention to this week? Is it something we've already mentioned? Is it something we haven't mentioned? What you got?
Yeah, so I've been kind of going back and forth on this, and I wrote a couple notes down on my phone, so I'm going to bring up one real quick.
Bro, you've been writing a lot lately.
I love writing. Love it.
You've been killing it, dude. I love reading your Giants breakdowns. By the way, if you guys don't follow Snacks, I'm sure that you already fucking follow Snacks. But if you don't follow Snacks, check out his Giants breakdowns at the end of each game. They come out at the end of each game, right?
Yes, the end of each game, and sometimes if they actually win, it just is me drinking a picture of a picture of me drinking a glass of wine. But I usually fully break down in my own sense of humor type and my own aggression. So
yeah, and
they're enjoyable for any football fan.
It's great content. You don't get one this week, unfortunately, but
no, I don't. You know what? Thank God. Thank God. So all right. So my upset of the week, I guess, which I don't even want to call too much of an upset because I'm not positive if Rodgers plays, but I'm going with the Seahawks. They're a field goal and a half point dog. I'm sorry, Pat. I am. But Russell comes back, and you know he's going to want to come out guns blazing. You know it. And I think that's just one game they could steal. The Packers are kind of in disarray. I get it. That's a game, two competitive teams, two. I don't want to call them rivals, but they've had epic battles.
There's some rivalry there.
Yeah,
there's some rivalry there. There's been some big games
outside of division rival, like that's Packers number one.
And I'm gonna take the quarterback coming back with a little bit something more to prove than the other guy, and that's my upset. I know it's not too big of one, but that's mine.
Fun fact: if Russell Wilson is to win this game, he will be 4th all-time in most wins in a quarterback's first 150 starts. He is currently tied for 5th through 149 starts.
How does this man just keep finding weird ass stats to break? I feel like it's only him that like finds like random shit to break because he knows he's not going to touch the Brady stats ever. So he just finds these random ones to break.
And with that, I got to tell you though, that's an unbelievable one. Wins is like a.
And for like QB wins,
but you're right. There's a lot of random ones.
Directly a quarterback stat, but it's also like he's leading the way. Like he's done a lot. He's carried those teams, even now that he's gotten paid. He's done that with no offensive lines.
LeBron's brain,
no running game.
LeBron's brain. You're in a very, very tough situation at your flex. I don't like Hawkinson this week.
God. That's brutal.
That's really fucking brutal. Probably Judy up against the Sheagles.
I think he's got the highest ceiling of the.
He has the highest.
You gotta hope he doesn't get Slay, and that Slay goes on Sutton.
Well, from what I read on Eagles Twitter, which just because I have Sutton, it looks like Slay is going to be on Sutton. Yeah. I don't want to say that truth because you never know what happens when you're actually on the field. But it was like practice reports.
But then even still,
Sutton.
all that does is then open up Tim Patrick again.
Right? Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's like that's where I'm like, do you even play Judy because it could become a Tim Patrick game very quick.
It could. Tim Patrick and Noah Fant right over the middle. That's where the Eagles struggle, and I think that's where the Broncos can thrive. So
it's between Judy and Ingram for me with this one. Gibson and his shin are not doable. They're not healthy. So
I'd go Ingram. He's the starting back.
Yeah,
with a backup quarterback.
Go Ingram
against a defense that they're feisty, but they're not that good.
Yeah, I don't.
You get down there in the goal line, you know they're going to run the ball 2 times, and Ingram can punch one in.
Yeah, I just don't trust Judy against. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Ingram.
Texans are bye week. Who will win? Oh my gosh, the bye week wins.
I'm surprised the bye week didn't beat the Lions last week or the Washington football team.
Pat, what's your upset of the week?
I've already said you could almost put 1 unit on every single team this week, every single dog this week, and come out ahead. I'm going to say one that's a team fighting for a playoff spot, quarterback against a team with a quarterback coming off an injury and a top wide receiver coming off an injury. Give me the Atlanta Falcons to pull off the upset. This is a savvy move, Pat. This is a savvy move. I like this.
I love it.
And I'm not saying, Robbie, I'm not saying this because I hate the Cowboys, Pat. You know I hate the Cowboys. Yep. I actually want the Cowboys to win because the Falcons are ahead of us in the 7th seed that I so miraculously
we
want.
broke down earlier, yeah.
And then you have to hear from your best friend. So I mean, fucking in
right, exactly.
So,
but well, that too, yes. I don't want to hear about that. But Dallas, real quick, this is so good because I didn't get to talk about this game yet. So if you give me 2 seconds, Pat, I promise you, I'm not going to steal any. I'm not going to steal any of your thunder.
I don't have any crazy stats to pull out, so I'm not worried about
you. I don't have any stats either. But Atlanta is playing really well, and Dallas just lost Randy Gregory, who, if he was out there, could terrorize Matt Ryan. Without that, Matt Ryan's going to sit back there and find Cordell Patterson. He's going to find Kyle Pitts, and he's going to take advantage of a Dallas defense that was very vulnerable last week.
And Olamide Zaccheaus?
Very vulnerable.
Zaccheaus has been balling out.
Yeah. This is a sneaky sharp pick by Pat.
Flex Zaccheaus this week. I'm doing it. Flex Zaccheaus.
The interesting thing that I saw, I think it was 2 weeks ago when the Cowboys played on Sunday Night Football, they mentioned Trayvon Diggs being a boomer bust type cornerback where he plays hero ball. And he absolutely is. any given play, he can get beat for a touchdown, or
take it for a pick six.
Yeah.
Yep. And I feel like Matt Ryan's a good enough decision maker that he's gonna bait Diggs enough to open up the field.
See, I completely agree with that. And I'll take it a step further. The fact Matt Ryan, yes, is definitely that smart enough to do that. But when he gets pressured, he's not good. He's not going to get pressure without Randy Gregory now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like their
offensive line is looking better. I was very off of the Atlanta week one. After week one, they looked absolutely terrible.
Terrible. Yep.
I was like, okay, this team's done. I'm writing them off.
They've been solid. They've been solid all year.
Their bye week really helped them. Their trip to London helped them. They got some rhythm. If they get Ridley back, I hope he gets his stuff.
Yeah, that's another thing, too. That sucks, man.
I hope he gets all that stuff figured out. I hope he finds what's best for him and figures that all out for himself.
Amen.
But that team has some firepower. Like they're a good offense.
They still do. Russell Gage is a good receiver. Kyle Pitts, Cordell Patterson, they got playmakers. And that Dallas defense is not good. I don't care what anybody says. They're very opportunistic, but they are not good. They are easily
they create turnovers or they give up big plays.
It's November. Dallas is about to start doing Dallas things.
Yeah, they always do.
Every November and December.
Now's the time. Yep. Robbie's right. Yep. Now's the time.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna close out before we get into outros here. I'm gonna keep it on brand. Look, this team has just been winning us so much fucking bread this year. Okay. I'm talking pay a fucking bill type of bread. All right. So we're just gonna keep rocking with them. And that's the Las Vegas Raiders. When in Vegas, do as Vegas does. I'm rocking with Vegas against the Chiefs. Just the Chiefs have been bend and shatter. They're not even bend and break as a defense. They barely held it together against the Giants. In a game the Giants probably should have won. I'm going with the Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders straight up. And that's how I'm keeping it on brand which is weird because any year before we were always the YouTube channel that was like, don't bet the Raiders, don't bet the Raiders. And now we're the YouTube channel that's like,
bet the Raiders, bet the Raiders. Yeah.
What a swing of an offseason that was.
Well, me and Pat, me and Pat are on your side. That's a great pick. I love it. I think I wouldn't even be surprised the Raiders win by 10 plus. They do not impress me, that Chiefs team. No, they do not at all. At all. Yeah, Robbie, you watch them in full, like with the football team, and in general, you watch all the games. I watch them front and center with the Giants. I stare in front of my TV, like I'm not even kidding. TV's here, I'm right here. I stare. I see everything. That team is not good at all. At all. The Raiders are a much better team, top to bottom, than the Chiefs.
Yep, and
I love it. I love it.
And the thing is, like
they have depth and a pass rush.
Imagine if they had first round picks.
Oh, you got jokes. Fuck, too soon. But no, so that's what I'm rocking with. That's what we're rocking with here.
Yeah, I like that.
We got Cowboys. Pick. We got we got Falcons. We got Raiders. And Snacks, yours was
Seahawks.
Let's go ahead and get into outros. Snacks, where can they find you?
Snacks_BDG on Twitter. Please rip me for everything I say. I normally tweet a lot about New York sports, but if you like Jeopardy too, Wheel of Fortune, come find me because it's my two favorite things every single day of my life. But other than that, fantasy football, you find it all there. Anything you need. Follow, DM, I don't care. Have a conversation. Home Alone's the best Christmas movie of all time. And I love you all. Thank you for watching.
Hell yeah, Pat.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not. But I wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready. All
right. St. Patrick FF on Twitter. You can find me on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network on YouTube. And don't get on my bad side, or the Saint becomes Street Patrick FF. So let's go.
Oh wait, hold on. Can we try and test his bad side real quick? Or?
I don't think there's a way we can figure it out right now. Like he's in such a good mood right now.
No, Robbie,
I'm in a good mood.
You guys,
I had a good time.
You probably noticed that But I was trying to do it with the NFC, the playoffs with the
Playoffs,
Giants.
yeah.
I know what you did.
Try
I
to get.
just chopped it. I was like, I chalked it up to snacks being snacks.
Pat is stuck with the Amari Rodgers at receiver. Oh my gosh, Stacks, how's it
Oh,
going?
wow,
The
that
best
sucks.
receiver in the NFL. Go Gators. Yo, Kadarius Toney is blowing.
Oh, Kadarius. I you know what? KT. I don't know how to do it. I don't know. KT. Like, how do I even do KT?
Yeah, I don't even think you can.
I don't even think you can.
T-
Anyway, yeah.
K-
Kadarius Toney's nasty.
Yeah, he's a baller.
He's
a
nasty.
baller.
He's a baller.
He completely ruined the value of my autographed Slayton jersey. Let's see. So you guys can find me, Rumboyz Robbie, Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Make sure you subscribe to the damn YouTube channel. Help us break this damn YouTube algorithm. I wanna keep getting that sub count up. So you guys keep sharing the content. Ham is better than turkey on Thanksgiving, and that's all I gotta say.
What?
Yeah.
Give me a shrimp cocktail on Thanksgiving. There we go.
Whoa, you're fucking weird. All right. Whoa. All right. Hell no.
Oh, what the fuck are you talking about?
Ham is better than turkey.
Turkey is the worst feast meal that Americans have.
All right. Log this shit off.
Hey, cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboys and girls want to do. Dilly dilly. We greatly appreciate all of you. Peace. Sax is pissed.